I tortured Benny by increasing his self-awareness. I tortured Benny by increasing his self-awareness. We all have a certain level of self-awareness, and not having enough of it is actually pleasure, while having too much of it is torture. I usually make most of my money by decreasing people's self-awareness. The pleasure that comes from decreasing self-awareness is one of complete happiness and free of worry. Now and then I get a job to torture someone by increasing their self-awareness. There are many shadowy groups that require my services when they want me to hurt someone. I was paid by a group to torture Benny. Don't know what he did or why they wanted him to get tortured, but he was to be tortured. I first increased his self-awareness by 100 and he started to shake. He started to notice things more about his surroundings and even little particles in the air. He started to say things like, we have free will, but the free will inside of us doesn't have free will, as it has to listen to us and it's imprisoned in our minds, and he kept going on about freeing free will. He started questioning his whole life and all of the decisions he has made. Then I increased his self-awareness to 500, and then all of the worms inside his body had increased self-awareness. They started crawling out of his body, and the way the worms were looking at each other, they were terrified and scared. Benny looked at the worms that came out of his body and he tried to comfort them. Then he started to struggle and he couldn't handle existence. He couldn't face going back home and doing whatever he does every day. It was too much for him. He had so much self-awareness that he could observe the paintings on the wall and it was like they were talking to him. Then I increased his self-awareness again to 1000, and this time, the creature that had been living inside his body came out. It was a creature I had never seen and it was terrified. It was reliving and remembering all of its past victims and how it had sneaked inside their bodies and waited, then it would eat them from the inside. Then Benny got a call from his kids and they said they didn't need luggages as they fit everything inside their bodies. Benny, who is so self-aware now, he thought to himself about how his kids could fit things inside their bodies? That would mean that something must be eating them from the inside and now they are hollow. Then I got told that I had tortured him enough.